References to drugs are everywhere here, with rows and rows of boarded up buildings raided by police and the names of anyone who's snitched plastered on walls for all to see. Cleveland police are trying to crack down on drugs in a series of specialist operations to root out gangs, but the sheer scale of the problem here is shocking. Just days before we arrived, a huge cannabis grow was raided at this former Middlesbrough pub, and while we were out filming, we heard of an even bigger discovery. The police face an ongoing battle with trying to control drugs in this area. As soon as they arrest somebody for growing drugs, another place will pop up to replace it. We've heard that Cleveland police has raided a property in Hartlepool this morning and found £200,000 worth of cannabis plants. So we're going down there to take a look. Because you can smell it coming from the door, but you can't, like now the door's open, but if I was walking past it, would I necessarily know?
One of the main things is how dangerous it is to a lot of these farms are, because they bypass the meter, so it's directly into the mains and it's a major fire hazard. If you live next door, you're at risk of your house going up. People don't realise that.
The police here face huge obstacles, but is it any wonder with 14% fewer officers since 2010? In 2019, the force was put into special measures, the first ever to be rated inadequate across all areas. And despite these measures being lifted last year, people here still have concerns. Do you feel safe now in Cleveland?
Not really, no. No.
And the police are corrupt pieces of shit.
Why do you think they've had to bring the Matrix up here, man?
The Matrix police have came.
The Matrix have had to come up here because Cleveland police aren't doing the job, man.
There's kids as young as 10-year-old just doing little drop-offs for people. It happens, there's nothing you can do about it, because you're not going to catch them.
And there's not much help from your local services. So the police aren't really interested, social services aren't really interested. It's for the local community. We've all stepped together to do things about it.
Police don't do anything. That's why I've been burglared 7 times, 9 times, you know what I mean?
One of the most important roles of journalism is to hold power to account, especially when it comes to public safety. Over the past 3 months, we made repeated requests to speak to Cleveland police, but the force said it was too busy, despite having spoken to several media outlets just days before we arrived. The area's Police and Crime Commissioner did agree to an interview. Steve Turner was chosen by voters in 2021, representing the Conservative Party. He's facing another election this year and was keen to say what he's done to improve things.
What I promise to people is, and they deserve an efficient and effective police force, and that's what we're building here. So we look at the crime data by percentage of population, but when you look at the arrest data by percentage of population, we're the second best force in the country for arrest data. We've got some of the best figures for arrest rates and conviction rates on crimes like shoplifting, on burglary, on knife crime. And that's the data we've got to look at as well. It's not just about reported incidents. We can talk about knife crime going up, but reported incidents of knife crime go up when we increase our stop and search, and we've increased stop and search by about 40% here in Cleveland to start to bring those figures down.
You've been in power for 3 years. Why hasn't this happened sooner?
You've got to understand how low the force was when we took. We were in a position where we were only just managing to respond to crime. We had no strategy, we had no clear direction. We were a force that wasn't recording crime properly and didn't understand our demand. And we understand that now, and we've managed to put the wheels back onto this, and we've built some really solid foundations. And we're now starting to reap the benefit of that. What the public of Cleveland need to understand is we are not the violent place that's perpetrated in some of what you see in the press. Yes, the statistics are high. We are a tough place to live and work. We're a tough place to police, and there's no getting away from that, and there's a lot of work still to be done. But for the vast majority of people, they don't see crime. A lot of the crime that's reported affects a very small amount of people. So it's not always about the crime you see, it's about what the police force are doing to keep us safe in other avenues as well.
Steve's naturally keen to defend his record and his hometown, but his words don't echo what we saw and heard from the local community. Yes, it's not everywhere, and it's worse in some places rather than others, but one way or another, criminality is visible here. Residents talk about it in a matter-of-fact way.
If I was out and about on my own, I would feel unsafe, to be honest, because there is a lot of crime in the area.
and the scars it leaves behind are even on public display. Though it's true crime is on the way down, both locally and across the country, levels in Cleveland are proving stubborn, and it's an uphill battle for those that live here.
What could the police do? How do you fix this?
I don't know. I know no answer, because you tell me what I do more than this. Only one thing left. I do bunker, like a bomb proof, nobody coming in.
I've lived here all my life. I've seen it, I was brought up in it. I understand better than anybody the struggles people face here in Cleveland, and that's why I'm so passionate about doing something about it.
The way they go about things, it's just a case, shut the money at them, that's not the case. It's not about the money. They've got to put proper help in there, they've got to give proper support.
Those who want to carry a knife, you can't stop them. They're going to carry a knife. The only way I think that anything can be done is to actually jail them. They're not getting jail time.